Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to another video today. My name is Chris, and it was just announced we had an increase today from 58 Sears hometown locations closing to now 67. That's right, guys. 67 Sears hometown locations are closing by June 27th of 2022, and this number could grow even further as the remaining days go on. So, the following Sears hometown locations, and it's approximately 67, so it's a big list, and it's a big list of Sears hometown locations that are closing. So, the following locations that are closing are the Sears hometown store in Victoria, Texas, the Sears hometown store in Lake City, South Carolina, the Sears hometown store in Escanaba, Michigan, the Sears hometown store in Moses Lake, Washington State, the Sears hometown store in Robinson, Illinois, the Sears hometown store in Truckee, California, the Sears hometown store in Cambridge, Minnesota, the Sears hometown store in Taos, New Mexico, the Sears hometown store in Iona, Michigan, the Sears hometown store in League City, Texas, the Sears hometown store in Cypress, Texas, the Sears hometown store in Hamilton, Montana, which had a Kmart discount department store at one point, the Sears hometown store in Gunnison, Colorado, the Sears hometown store in Green Valley, Arizona, the Sears hometown store in Cheyenne, Wyoming, the Sears hometown store in La Grande, Oregon, the Sears hometown store in Huntington, Michigan, the Sears hometown store in Pampa, Texas, the Sears hometown store in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, the Sears hometown store in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, the Sears hometown store in Logan, Ohio, the Sears hometown store in Lynchfield, Minnesota, the Sears hometown store in Helena, Montana, the Sears hometown store in Arlington, Texas, the Sears hometown store in Keokuk, Iowa, the Sears hometown store in Tomash, Wisconsin, the Sears hometown store in Alice, Texas, the Sears hometown store in Enton, North Carolina, the Sears hometown store in Fallon, Nevada, the Sears hometown store in Cleveland, Texas, the Sears hometown store in Grass Valley, California, which is also home to a Kmart discount department store at one point, which recently closed, the Sears hometown store in Parker, Arizona, the Sears hometown store in Sunnyside, Washington State, the Sears hometown store in Waynesboro, Mississippi, the Sears hometown store in Batesville, Arkansas, the Sears hometown store in Niceville, Florida, the Sears hometown store in Derby Center, Vermont, the Sears hometown store in Waterloo, Illinois, the Sears hometown store in Farmington, Missouri, the Sears hometown store in Newton, Kansas, the Sears hometown store in Georgetown, South Carolina, the Sears hometown store in Gallipolis, Ohio, the Sears hometown store in Plymouth, Indiana, the Sears hometown store in Jessup, Georgia, the Sears hometown store in Englewood, Florida, the Sears hometown store in Washington, Missouri, the Sears hometown store in Greenfield, Indiana, the Sears hometown store in Pasadena, Texas, the Sears hometown store in San Marcos, Texas, the Sears hometown store in Colby, Kansas, the Sears hometown store in Cleveland, Mississippi, the Sears hometown store in Poplar Bluff, Missouri, the Sears hometown store in Paris, Texas, the Sears hometown store in Kingman, Arizona, the Sears hometown store in Shawnee, Oklahoma, the Sears hometown store in Arcadia, Florida, the Sears hometown store in St. Mary's, Georgia, the Sears hometown store in Luling, Louisiana, the Sears hometown store in Marshall, Minnesota, the Sears hometown store in Caryville, Texas, the Sears hometown store in River Falls, Wisconsin, the Sears hometown store in Cody, Wyoming, the Sears hometown store in Henderson, North Carolina, the Sears hometown store in Fort Stockton, Texas, the Sears hometown store in Mineola, Texas, and finally the Sears hometown store in Pottsman, New York State. So that is approximately 67 Sears hometown stores that will unfortunately be shutting down within the next month or so. And again, this list could grow even more. I could even be missing some locations. But anyways, as of 10 o'clock this evening, we have approximately 67 Sears hometown locations that are unfortunately closing, and people will unfortunately be losing their job once these locations do unfortunately shut down for the final time on June 27th, 2022. So, anyways, guys, thank you again for watching this video. Link to the list will be located in the description below, and that will be it.